Hello everyone. We are here to solve the problem. Let's get right into it. There exists a big problem in the world, the poverty. The people, there's almost 80% of the world population below poverty line. So to overcome this problem, we have a humanitarian aid. However, we found that the aid doesn't always reach to the interested audience. Let's see what are the problems surrounding the humanitarian aid. So one of the thing that main thing is like execution issues, like things are not executed properly. And then another is like a donor misuse. Basically, a donor committed to donate a certain amount, but it actually doesn't happen. The other is like distribution fraud. Basically, the donor donates the stuff, but it actually doesn't get distributed properly. And there also the issue we have is the destroyed goods as well. Even though it is distributed, but it is unusable, it destroyed in the transaction. So there are also issues like misreporting. So we don't have a correct way of reporting the items that is given in the aid. So we come up with the solution is LOCO. For LOCO we'll use RFID-based devices for the real-time tracking of not just the location, but other relevant quantities like qualities, metrics like temperature, humidities, and as well as weight. So depending on the good or the quality of the metrics that is applicable, we'll be able to use like a smart contract to ensure the seamless execution throughout the process. So the main features of the solutions for LOCO are like a location tracking is one of the main features, as well as quality tracking. The vendor payments is one of the main features we are going to implement, as well as record validations. Using the blockchain, we would be able to use the smart contract to validate the records. As well as using our blockchain platform, we'll be able to do a reporting and also as well as record keeping. So now I'll let Joe to explain more about how system works.
Hi, this is the high-level architectural diagram. Like you see various stages, like how we would like to achieve the solution which Gav has just now described. So the IoT devices are the RFID devices which transmit, and we use that through the service bus. And then the consumers are your regular APIs or whatever medium of consumers you are using. And then you have the transaction builder signer where it authorizes and vets your validity of your user credentials. And then you create your smart contracts in Ethereum, and then we use the Solidity as the programming language, and then we have DLT Watcher, which does the distributed ledger technology watcher, which records what activities are happening. And then on top of it, if consumers need any of their activities to be stored on the database, then we can definitely use any of the existing databases out in the market. Like that shows up in the step 7. And this is one of the screenshots that we launched the application on our Azure portal. So one was to test just how the whole blockchain thing is working. That is the Hello blockchain, and then the next one is the refrigerated transmissions.
So the main benefits of our solutions are basically we'll be able to reduce costs over the whole solution. We'll be able to fraud-proof the transactions, so there will be no distributor fraud or there will be no donor fraud. We will be able to faster troubleshoot the problems because we'll be able to track in real time where in the process are the issues, and we'll be able to reduce delays overall, and we will be able to satisfy a lot of stakeholders front to end. So the customers we plan to serve would be government aid agencies, NGOs, not-for-profit organizations, corporates who would want to do corporate social responsibility. And as we know how many scams we've seen for that, it will be a good platform to be validated so that we have better reporting for our shareholders. Also individuals. So our platform aims to service one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many, or many-to-one business models. So our business model will be a differentiated pricing strategy for the kind of customers. For example, not-for-profit memberships or not-for-profit single use, like pay-per-use, depending on what size they are, or corporate memberships or corporate single uses, or governments or others. The reason for such a tiered pricing strategy to use the platform would be to cover our development costs, maintenance costs, our data costs, our R&D costs, and to make sure that we can subsidize this platform by the bigger players, to subsidize it for the smaller players, so everybody can be on the platform and can take advantage of this. Well, that's it for the idea, and we'd like to take any questions if you have.
How would the actual audit trail, because the way this is not exactly a new idea, the way this is usually implemented is through vouchers on the other end, or a cash grant direct to the recipient. And how exactly are you planning to implement for the end user?
Actually, we're trying to focus more on the goods rather than the payments itself. So we'll be able to track goods in real time and the quality that they should be transferred at or they should be reached. So it would be perishable items or non-perishable, so we'd know by tracking different metrics like weight or temperature or humidity, so on and so forth.
Time for one last question, if there is one. Otherwise, put your hands together for LOCO.
Okay, I'm sorry, so this is a project you built up from yesterday, or you guys?
No, yesterday.
Okay.
We teamed up yesterday, actually.
Yeah, we didn't know one on each other earlier.
Yeah, so that is the reason, we organize a lot, hackathon, broken hackathon, all the developers, and also the students from, business major. So we organize them together to build a team on the top of a brand new idea. So you see, for this team, they don't know each other before yesterday, right? Yeah.
That's right.
So they have a pitch yesterday, and they get together to build the team. That's exactly what we are going to do by ideas. We want to encourage the developer and also the business side to get together to build a team. Okay, thank you all.
Actually, I would like to mention that we had 3 other group members as well that helped us do this, but they're not present here, so.
Okay.
A lot of effort did come from them as well.
Okay, we will see relations between all the team members. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.